I'd do a half hour in the pool, kicking, moving my arms. Just when I was 418 pounds, I wasn't athletic. I had just stopped exercising. So I just went back in the pool, went back to basics, started pulling myself and shit. And I did that for a few months. And then I just started punching the bag. I would hit the bag there in the afternoons. I would go there like 8:45. It would close at 10. So I would go to 8:45. I would hit the bag and ride the stationary bicycle. But something happened. One day I jumped in the pool. I went in the afternoon, and I thought that the fat man pool was going to be open. And it was filled with Russian women and a bunch of little kids pissing in there. So I signed up for the Olympic pool. And I put my name in the Olympic pool, not even fucking thinking. And I put my goggles on because I used to swim before I went to prison. I swam. I was part of the master swimming program in Boulder, and I swam 3 times a week, fucking all out with a coach, timers. I learned
backstroke,
everything,
freestyle,
everything.
Dog, you're doing all the strokes.
You get in there, and they'd have a blackboard with what you had to do. Level 1 had to do 8/880s with the 30-second rest and 2-minute intervals. Level 2 had to do this.
And Colorado has higher elevation too.
Oh yes, and when you went, and if it snowed, you still had to go. It was outside.
It was an outdoor pool?
So they would shovel the fucking path from the locker room to the 2 entrances and the diving board. And you had to walk through the snow and jump in. It was a heated pool. Don't get me wrong.
I was going to say, damn.
It was a heated pool. So I learned how to swim. So I went back into this. So I get there, and I said, let me go into the Olympic pool. And without thinking, I jumped, and it was completely different. It was like 58 degrees, which right away takes the oxygen right out of your fucking lungs, bro. And I'm in the middle of the pool. I'm like 4 laps in, and there's people next to me like fucking,
just going,
like boats, just flying. And I'm going for my life. I'm swimming. I'm doing everything I can. I'm kicking. I got the form down. Bro, I pop up and I spun backwards. Like I was pointing like 2 o'clock in that direction. And
Bermuda Triangle.
Dog, I was already starting to drown, and I just held onto the rope. And people were like, stop holding on to the rope. And when they would take off, I would swim from rope to rope like Tarzan under the pool until I got to the edge. And that's when The Sopranos was really hot. So I kept walking into this Y. And the one day I went in the afternoon, and as soon as I walk in, these 3 little lifeguards come up to me. They're like, you're the dude from The Sopranos. And I'm like, dog, get the fuck away from me. I'm not the dude from The Sopranos. Leave me alone. So now I'm drowning. I'm holding on to the wall, and they see this. And they're like, mister, are you okay? And I'm like, no, get me out of here. I can't breathe. They could see it. Like I was in panic. I had a panic attack. The color from my face was gone. I was starting to lose like consciousness and shit. And they hit the buzzer. They hit the panic buzzer for everybody to come in.
Wow. Embarrassment.
And then they told me, swim to the middle and we'll drop a hoist in to pull you out like orca. Like, you swim in, like, bro, you swim in.
I mean, are they just sitting there going, how can we make this more embarrassing for him?
They go, let's go back into
I know
the
he's
middle.
on The Sopranos.
That's what I'm saying. There's a writer's room.
They were going to drop a net in, and then you swim into the net, and the net pulls you out. And then the thing comes around, and I'm like, guys, I can't swim back out there. Like, my legs are done. I'm done. Like, this is crazy. And finally they go, let's pull them out. So the three little Mexican kids, 2 little Mexican kids got one arm, and the chick's got the other arm.
And you're still panicking.
I'm 418. I'm panicking. I'm trying to keep it together. And they're pulling, and ain't nothing going on. And I said, God, if you get my one leg out of here, I will go to church every fucking Sunday.
It's all about goals. Get the one leg out, guys.
That's it.
The one leg.
Dog, I threw that 190-pound piece of meat over, and I hung there for a few minutes. They had me by the hair. It's
called pacing, Lee. You got to pace yourself.
And I spun myself over, and I rolled like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, my God.
And I got up like miraculously, and everybody had stopped in the pool and was looking at me.
Miraculously. I got up miraculously.
Bro, miraculously.
Miraculously.
Because I was out of breath. I was all huffed and puffed out.
God.
Now I had to pick up 418 pounds. Here I am with a bikini, 9 inches of fat hanging over the bikini from all directions.
Wait, you were wearing a Speedo?
No, I would never wear a Speedo,
Okay.
but no matter what I wore, my gut was hanging 6 inches over. And I'm in the middle of this fucking huge Olympic pool, And the people are frozen. Everybody's time is freezing. And thank God I put my towel. Like most people put their shit in a locker. No. I don't trust nobody. I kept my towel with a warm-up jacket and my keys to the house in the warm-up jacket, like 10 feet away. And while they're talking to me, they're like, "Are you okay? Do you want oxygen?" I'm like, yeah. So as I'm walking out, I look and I see the ambulance.
They call the ambulance.
Yeah,
They call
an
911.
ambulance on me, bro.
How can we make this more embarrassing?
And I see them coming in like with the thing, and I put my jacket and I put the hood on.
In disguise.
And there's like a side door, and I went around and I came out through the fucking side with a locker. When you go into the Y, you can either go on the girl's side or the boy's side. I came through there, and the little kids kept running after me. Mister, the ambulance is here. They want to help you. And I'm like, fuck, his red band had just gotten pulled out. He took an edible, and he called an ambulance on himself. And they charged him $1,800 to go there. So I said, fuck you. That's all I kept thinking about was $1,800. I ain't giving nobody $1,800. And dog, as I walked out of there, the kids kept saying to me, "Are you going to be okay? You going to be able to work on The Sopranos?" And I'm like, I'm not that. And before I said that, I go, yeah, I'm going to be working on The Sopranos. And I just walked out of there and left and never came back from the embarrassment. And then about 4 months later, I went in there and nobody said a word to me. Until about 5 years later, I see a kid from the Y. At the vet I go to, I had to pick up food for my cat. And I see the young kid a different kid from the Y there. I had known him for maybe a month. And as I get in my car, I felt bad. And I go, "You going to the Y?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "I live right across the street. Do you want to ride?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "Get in the car." We get in the car, we start driving. I go, "How long you been working at the Y?" Just small chatter. He goes, "Oh, for a while." A couple years ago, I almost drowned at the Y, and without missing a beat, and he didn't look at me. He goes, "I know." That's the first story they told me when I got the job there.
They probably showed him the security footage. They probably have tapes of the incident.
Motherfuckers.
If it's 2 PM and you ain't high, go fuck yourself. Get out of my face. I want you around me like I want cancer in my ball sack. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna come around here looking at me with your fucking wide eyes, thinking that I'm gonna reform. Go fuck yourself. My morning starts at 5:30 a.m. Either you're there or you're square. You know what I'm saying?